share with you a couple of tips on how to film videos better. These are not super secret or anything like that. These are just a couple of tips I picked along the line. So I've filmed my share of videos and live streams, and I've been live in Instagram and so on, and I feel that these couple of things that I'm gonna talk about today really made the difference in my videos. So first thing I want to emphasize is when you film from your phone, you need to lock the focus. This, it seems like it's not important at all, but actually when we don't lock it to the one point, our phone, and we move, we move in the video, we move in the pictures, we have all these gestures and so on. Also, if we have natural light from the window, our phone is going to pick up on all of that, and it will change the light and the focus accordingly. And what it will give us in the picture is that the light is going to change. So it's going to become darker and brighter and then back again. Also, the temperature is going to change, so sometimes it's going to be colder and warmer, so like more yellow or more blue. And when you watch the video afterwards, you can really see this, and it just makes it look very unprofessional. And sometimes seriously, like, you can make a good video look very dark or something, and it just won't do for your channel or something. So it's the thing to do is when you decide where you want to sit. So you sit there, and then just with your finger, you touch the screen, you touch and wait, and it will lock the focus on you. And then regardless of where you move, if your camera moves, if everything moves, the focus is gonna stay on you, and you will not have these jumps of light or temperature in your video. So this is, I feel this is the point we really need to start with. Another very important point I want to talk about is light, because light is actually what's shaping the picture we see, and the way we position light can change the picture completely. So we need to use this to our advantage. So first rule is that you need to be bright, and your background needs to be dark. So it's very important because we want focus on the speaker, on you, and we don't want anything else, to distract our viewers from what we, need them to focus on. So always try to sit in a way that the source of light is in front of you and your background is darker. It's always going to make a better picture. Also, if you have some, like right now, I just have a wall, so nothing interesting in the background. The more objects are there in the background, the more depth it gives to the picture, and it just looks so much better. If you film something and you're like me, you just have the wall behind you and that's it. Just one of the ways to go is do not sit, with your back right to the wall. So create some space between you and the wall behind you. What it does, again, because we see some shadows in there, it gives a little bit more of depth to the picture. The picture doesn't look so flat and boring. So for example, I will show you the difference. If I would just, if I were to sit just like this, you see it just doesn't look so nice, And if I move, a little bit further, and then you see some objects, you see some perspective in there, whatever it is, it just gives the picture, this nice depth, it looks so beautiful this way. And another very important point is how to face the light. So there are two main ways to do it. I feel either of them is good enough, so just go with whichever you like more, whichever you feel more comfortable with. So first one is super simple. It just face, the light straight. You can use either the light of the window, the natural light, or the special lamp. Just if you have a long video to make, remember that the natural light changes really fast sometimes. So I think it's better to always have as a backup a lamp. So yeah, again, why is it important? So like when I'm facing the light is like this, and if I turn, you know, with my back to the light, if the source of light is going to be like this, yeah, look at this picture, it's just horrible right away. So also make sure that the light is not, you know, that you're also not very close to the source of light, because it's gonna be, everything's gonna be like too bright. So for example, yeah, if I move like super close, yeah, you can see what happens. So just, you know, move a little bit further from whatever, you know, your light is. And the first and basic scheme of lighting is just when the light is straight. It's very flattering because it removes all the shadows. So it's like Photoshop without Photoshop. It will remove, you know, any imperfections you might have on your skin, and your wrinkles or anything. So, you know, it just, you can see here that it just, you know, the light falls evenly on my face, and yeah, it's just nice. Nothing special about it, but it's, you know, it's good. It's good enough. If you want a little bit, you know, more complex way of lighting, you can try to position the source of light in a way that it's like 30 degrees. It falls from either side, but, you know, with the angle of 30 degrees. We'll show you like this, for example. So for example, you see, if I'm going to sit here, the light now, it doesn't fall straight on my face because it's there, the source of light. And see, the, you know, the way, what it does is that it keeps the shadows, but keeps them in a very flattering way for us. So you can see that, you know, now this part of my face and everything is lighted more, and here we have a little bit of nice shadows, but it's still nice, you know, it shapes the face, it shapes the picture, it, you know, it creates more shadows, and shadows create, you know, more shapes. Again, it gives more definition, more contrast to your picture, and it gives it more depth. Yeah, but when it's, you know, 30 degrees angle, it still looks very flattering on your face and everywhere. And while I'm here, I also want to talk about, also there are 2 ways to sit in the picture, sit in the camera. 2 ways that I feel are, you know, the nicest and the easiest to do. So the first thing, with the way you sit, make sure that you always have space above your head. This is very important. You want the space and some space around you, because the way our eyes work, they need the space, you know, they need to see the object against some background, against some space. If it's cluttered, if our eyes do not, you know, see the space around an object we want to emphasize, they just won't, you know, catch it, they won't get it. So if you want to focus the viewer's attention on anything, make sure to always have space around it. Also, whenever you have space around yourself, it allows for some gestures, you know, it allows for a more open picture, and it just, you know, it looks more relaxed, more open, more inviting, just, you know, nicer and friendlier. The first way to sit is just like this, in the middle of the screen. It's, you know, it's good enough as long as you have, you know, some, again, space above your head, some space around you. It just looks good enough. And the second one, again, it's a little bit more complicated. You might want to use it sometime. So it's we're gonna position the object on the line of thirds. So this is a basic principle in photography and videography, that if we divide our image with lines, you know, into 3 equal parts with 2 lines, so they're gonna move like this, these 2 lines, and then 2 like these, like this. Then, you know, these thirds, you know, these lines that divide our screen into thirds is where you actually want to position your object, because this is where naturally our first, you know, our eyes, you know, focus naturally. This is the first point we look at. So we want to use it to our advantage, just to make sure that what we want to focus, what we want people to pay attention to, is placed on these thirds, on these lines of thirds. You have, again, a repeat, you have 2 vertical lines like this, and you have like 2 horizontal lines like this. So you can either place any objects you want on these lines, or the best way is to place them on where these lines intersect. So for example, here now I'm not using this rule, but again, if I'm going to move just a little bit, yeah, so yeah, okay, again, look. So now I'm sitting, on this, I'm sitting a little bit to the side. So I'm sitting on my left line of thirds, yes. And what you want is again, there is still space around me. Nothing is cluttered. There are no objects on my head or something. Nothing sticking out of my shoulders or anywhere. There is still space all around me. But now on this, in this corner of the screen, I have some objects. Whatever they are, again, is what if you are going to look at this picture, it gives it, it makes it more complex. Again, it gives it some depth, and it's just more interesting. It's more flattering, it's more harmonious, and if this is a video with just a talking head, you want to really make sure the person is going to stick with you to the end of the video. So again, placing something else, something around you, not just your head, it just makes the picture more interesting for our brain, and it helps people to stay with us a little bit longer. Another very important point, again, I see that so many people are making this mistake, is actually where we position our camera. So what I see very often is, the camera is going all the way down, and then somehow like this, and it's just like this. Let me just like this and show it to you. Yeah, sometimes it's even, like this, and then, we see this happening. So many people are using their phone like this. It's just so much below, the eye level. And what it does, first of all, it closes your eyes. You see that, it closes your eyes, and, it just removes this connection with the viewer, because your eyes are closed. They cannot see really anything. It's just such a closed way, to look in the picture. Another thing, it's very unflattering. So whatever you have going on, if you have a chin or some wrinkles or whatever it is, this way, if you sit this way, it's going to be all in the camera. So it's gonna look you as unflattering as it only can. Another problem with it, because you look kind of down, also your posture, it closes down. So you look like this, it immediately closes down. It's very uncomfortable to sit. People can see that you're uncomfortable, feel it, and it just looks, very not nice. And whenever you look, from up down at somebody, it also gives this like condescending look, as if you're, judging or something. You can really feel it like this. So of course, you can just position your camera just on your eye level, but the trick I want to talk to you today about is actually positioning it a little bit higher. So it's the level is going to be like this or even like this, just see whatever works for you. And look what it immediately does, it just opens everything. So first of all, when we look up, our eyes immediately open. It gives you this, open look. It gives the viewer, this immediate connection with you. It just looks so much, more open and friendly and nice and beautiful. Another thing that it does is, because you're looking a little bit up, it just makes your face also look very nice. So whatever you have, like some chins or whatever, wrinkles, necks, whatever it is, it's just going to remove it immediately. So yeah, you see when I sit down and like this, you see it just looks so beautiful, the picture. And another thing that I find so much useful in this way is that it immediately opens your posture, because it's just you have to look a little bit up, yeah, and it just in order to do that, you know, your posture needs to be a little bit more open. So you're not forcing yourself to sit in some certain way just because your camera is positioned this way and it's just a little bit, up. It just, it gives you immediately this, you know, this open look, and also just like a more relaxed look. It's also, you know, much more easier, I feel, to have, you know, some gestures, just to do some stuff like this and talk like this. So I feel like this trick is so super simple, but it makes like a huge difference. And well, another tip, also it's quite obvious, is to have a good mic. So if you can, you know, buy one of these, it just, this way it's super cheap. It's not expensive at all. You can plug it into your phone if you film it with your phone, or into your laptop, and it just, it makes a huge difference again as well, because you're relaxed, you don't have to yell. What I face is sometimes when I talk into the speakers of my computer, or just, you know, into the phone, I know that, like, you know, like I want to sit, as I told you about before, I want to sit a little bit further from the camera, you know, to have this, you know, more beautiful picture, to have some space around me. But then this way I need to yell, because the sound, you know, the computer or the phone just doesn't catch the sound good enough. And also this way there are a lot of echo. And I mean, if you're just, you know, live recording something for, you know, short time, if it's okay, of course. But if you film some important video that you want, you know, to be there for a long time, I feel this is a good thing to invest in, and, you know, make the sound clear and nice. And I've talked about everything when we film horizontal, but actually the same rules apply if we film vertical. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to show you again here. So for example, you know, we're filming vertical. Again, this, well, all the lighting and stuff, of course, applies. It didn't change. But just to remind you that there are, again, these lines of thirds. Now they're going like this. And what you want to do, what's just like the easiest way to do, is to place your eyes on the upper third line. So it's just like this. It's super simple. Every phone comes with this grid installed in it already. So again, what it gives you enough space above your head, not too much, not too little, just, you know, enough. It gives you, again, you know, some allows for some movements in your videos, and it, you know, it focuses a viewer on your eyes, which is just beautiful and just amazing. And this is, you know, it helps to connect with the viewer, I feel, and it just gives you it helps to, you know, make it just a more open and nicer. I hope these tips were useful for you, and I hope they weren't too complicated, and that they will help you to make more beautiful videos, and just in general to feel more relaxed in your videos and open and friendly. Thank you for watching.